Hi, a very warm welcome to Dust Your Shelf Collectables. So, Carters Steam Fair. Yeah, what a wonderful, wonderful thing this was, and I say was, because it's kind of in the past tense. So, this was a collection of vintage funfair rides that the Carters family toured the UK with, based around their steam gallopers that they bought in, I think it was 1977, still running on steam with a steam engine in the middle. Absolutely exquisitely restored. I mean, the paintwork on it was absolutely, well, it is absolutely second to none. They've got steam yachts, again, steam, run by steam, so these are swing boats with a steam engine in the middle. And then vintage cars. They got an Ark. I'm trying to think what else they've got. They've got a lightning skid. They've got Dodgems, but these are all pre-1950s. These are all vintage rides, and absolutely perfection, every single one of them, not a blemish on any of the rides. And they travelled these around the UK using vintage vehicles, so they had a whole fleet of Scammells, and they would literally drag all of this heavy machinery from bygone era to your local park or whatever and tour this over the summer. And they did that for many years, and sadly last year it's just become too much. Joby Carter has written a few pieces on it. He's obviously the head of the family. Said that, you know, it's just becoming too costly to move the machinery, and he just can't get the labour to assemble these old vintage rides. So not like the modern ones with all hydraulics inside, where, you know, one guy can push levers and it all unfolds. This thing is manual labour, where you're taking out big bits of timber and hooking them all together. And so sadly, although the fair is still together and they're looking for a permanent home for it, they've decided that they're not going to tour it. So last year was the final tour, and we've always put aside a lot of time to visit the fair whenever it's local to us, and we've also travelled a long way actually to visit the fair. That's how good it is. Now, local to us is a place called Malden. It's very, if you haven't been there, it's a very nice town. It's sort of on the river, and lots of boats and things, and yeah, it's really lovely parks, and beautiful place with a little lake and things. And but anyway, they park up on the green there, and this is from last year. And I noticed that the dates, if you look on here, it's the 5th of June. I'm recording this about a week late because I forgot about it, but I was going to try and do this on the date of the weekend that was the poster was dated at. So reason for doing this is, again, linking back to my collection. So I bought this at the final fair, which was in Prospect Park in Reading. I drove round to that with the family for the evening. I couldn't bring myself to stay to the end. I was absolutely choked, you know. I couldn't, you know, stay there to see them turn the lights out on it. It was that's how important the fair was to me. You know, it was bringing all my passions together, the steam, the vintage, and the, you know, the thrill of the rides and the atmosphere. The way they created the atmosphere in the fair, it was just, the whole place was electric. Anyway, I'm rambling again. It's absolutely marvellous. So anyway, at the end of the season, they were selling off all their posters, so I bought this one. It's only a £5, I think, as my little souvenir for Carters, my local fair. And I got that in pride of place. That sits there. But also, in 2002, Corgi did their showman range on Carters Steam Fair, and I've got a few bits and pieces from it, and I thought I'd do a quick review on these. We'll take these over to the bench so we can have a proper look at them. But these are absolutely wonderful models, and now, I mean, at the time they were quite expensive, but now they're not too expensive, and they're really nice in the range. So I thought what we'd do is take these over to the bench and do sort of unboxing and just, you know, go through these models in detail, talk a little bit about the Corgi range. And then I'll leave this video with some footage of the fair, just so you can get a feel for how special this was. And I will say again, thank you for the Carters, to the Carters family. I mean, the memories that you've given us as a family over the years, and many other families. I know that there's a whole big following that wish you well for the future, and I really hope the fair finds a permanent home and we can all get back to visiting it soon. So I guess the first thing to say is that Corgi have done quite an extensive fairground attractions series with various different showmen. This one I'm particularly, as I say, focusing on the Carters family. And this range, there are many different wagons in the range. I'm not going to go through them all today. I've just picked a couple to have a look at, and this includes sort of the culmination, which is the big Corgi set of gallopers, which was also released with the Carters livery. So let's start with the steam engine. Now my one of these is actually unboxed, and Carters do actually have a showman's engine, which they bring, or they used to bring, to a couple of their fairs. And you can see here Carters' famous steam fair on tour, London and Berkshire. Yeah, beautiful model though, look at that. That's so well executed. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Now there should be a pipe on here, which is the chimney extension. And yeah, unfortunately I don't have that one. I did pick this one up. I think this one was actually a boot fair find. I'm really pleased with it. Yeah, so that's that. Right, so then let's have a look at this one, which is the swing boats. So you can see here a four-wheel box lorry, Carter's high-flying swing boats. So this is Corgi CC 10203, and all these boxes, they come with lovely the way they present themselves, because you undo the lid, you see, and you can fold that back, slot that in the end there, and sort of present the model like so. So let's slide this out. Let's see what we got in here. So all the fun of the fair, Corgi attractions, gives a little bit of information about the model. It is a limited release of 2,000, well, limited release of 4,000, and this is model 2,786. So yeah, I don't think 4,000 is a limited run, but that's just an opinion. So let's slide this out, and again, beautiful model. Well, I just stopped filming for a second there because I wonder what all these little bits are in the bottom of the box, and unfortunately, look at that. I must have dropped this at some point, or it's been knocked off the shelf. I don't recall doing it, but yeah, suffered a little bit of damage on the corner there. So I shall gather carefully, look after all these bits, gather them together, and see if some sort of repair can be made. All the wheel arches all broken off on the corner. What a shame, but it shouldn't detract from the model. I think you know, the finish on this is absolutely superb, and I love the subject matter. Look at the wood on the top here, on the steps. Yeah, fantastic. Rubber wheels on here. So that's the swing boats. And then finally the Scammell and box trailer. And this is actually depicting the gallopers. So again, this box would fold so you could present your model if you wish to do so. Let's slide this out and show you what's inside. So the Carters models, as I say, were all released in 2002. Obviously you can see that from the boxes, but they do come up for sale quite regularly, and they're not overly dear. I think this one, I've seen this one for sale for maybe 30, maybe 40 pounds. But look at that Scammell. That is absolutely beautiful. And I'll put some pictures of number 6, the real number 6, in the videos I'm editing. There's obviously some small. That's the wing mirrors. I've not put those on. They'd obviously fit on there. Let's pull the trailer out and have a look. It's got a lovely weight to it, and I love the lettering on it. It just looks so good. Yeah, and again in this set you do get again a limited run. This one is only of 2,700, and this one's number 303. So an even shorter run of these ones. Anyway, let's take some detailed pictures of this and then conclude this video. sometimes happens with these videos, they don't always go to plan, and unfortunately when I pulled this out of the box, it's a bit disappointing to see it's all damaged, which is a shame. And subsequent to that, I've noticed that all the glass has been frosted as well, so unfortunately that's not as good a model as I thought it was, but that shouldn't detract from the fact that these Corgi sort of Showman's series are absolutely beautiful die-cast models. So I just wanted to share a few of these with you. I particularly do like my traction engine, and the Scammell is just, it's just Carters all over. And if you haven't checked them out before, go and have a look at their website. As I say, the fair isn't touring anymore, but they're still very much keeping hold of the bigger rides for the moment and trying to find a permanent place for them. Absolutely exquisite. So I'll leave that one there. I'm going to finish this video with some footage from the fair. Please enjoy, and yeah, as I say, we'll leave that one there. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.